Hi, welcome to Cooking with Jonny Burnett. Back in my kitchen in Bristol, another recipe video, and this time is a Christmas bonanza. We've got Santa, we've got cider, and we have Baileys and chocolate. What more do you need? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Cooking with Jonny Burnett, and share all your lovely attempts at the recipes on my Instagram, @Chef Jonny Burnett. So today, we are doing a Baileys cinnamon chocolate fondant. So we're thinking souffle, we're thinking chocolate souffle, and inside there's a melty chocolate oozy goodness coming out with Baileys and cinnamon running right through it. It's a proper salivator, and the best thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, you can do this up to a week in advance. One whole week, so you can get all your Christmas present wrapping, all your cards sorted out, knowing that you've got some absolutely banging Christmas dessert special in that fridge waiting for you. But if you're anything like me, they will not stay in the fridge very long. So, with this recipe, we can break it down into 3 simple steps. Step number 1, preparing the molds. Step number 2, creating the mixture. Step number 3, cooking it, eating it, and enjoying it. So, let's get on with it. So, what we're going to need for this beautiful recipe are the following. We're going to need 10 eggs, 250 grams of butter, 250 grams of dark chocolate, 70% or above, 220 grams of caster sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 215 grams of flour, ground cinnamon, and the magic one, Baileys, because it's Christmas, baby. Okay, step number 1, preparing these molds. These are called Dario molds. You can find them in any catering shop. What you want to do is get even more butter than the recipe says, so a little extra knob of butter, melt it in the microwave, 20 seconds, then get a pastry brush, rub in all around here, brush it upwards, and then a square of baking paper, stick it right at the bottom there, so just in there, and then get some cocoa powder and just chuck it in there, just chuck it loosely in there, bat it around, tap it out like that, and then we're going to pop these in the fridge for at least 15 minutes, okay? And then we can grab them out. What this does is this helps the mixture, once we cook it, come out of these molds easier, so you get a beautiful dome full of chocolatey goodness inside. So, our molds are in the fridge. Now, what we need to do is put a pan on the hob, quarter wet with water, and then grab a nice heat-proof metal bowl, which is going to stick our chocolate and our butter on here, and then we're going to pop this on top of that pan and get all the ingredients lovely and melted together. So, get our chocolate and our butter into the bowl. Right, that's going to take about 10 minutes on the hob for the butter and the chocolate to infuse. Give it a mix around with a spoon every now and then. And in the meantime, we're going to make a sauvignon. So we've got 10 eggs, we need 5 whole eggs, 5 egg yolks, and the sugar. We're going to cream that together with a whisk for about 3 minutes, and you'll get a lovely textured, creamy-like egg and sugar mix, which is going to help stabilize the fondant so that when we cook it, we get that gorgeous molten Baileys center. It's beautiful, and we'll do that bit now. Okay, so the sauvignon. Break 5 whole eggs into a metal bowl. And then we're going to want 5 egg yolks. Now, separating an egg yolk is really easy. You can keep the whites if you want to make any meringues or things like that. But what you need to do is make sure you get none of the whites into this. We just need the yolks. So what I like to do is separate this over a separate bowl just to be doubly sure. And then with my hand, I just pop the yolks back into the bowl. Right, now that's done, we're just going to pop all this sugar into the bowl full of the eggs, and we're going to whisk for 2 to 3 minutes until we get a creamy texture, which we call a sauvignon. Obviously, you can use an electric whisk, it's much easier, but I don't have one in my house, which is dead handy. That's done. Sauvignon's in here, looking lovely and ready to stabilise the chocolate fondant. Now what we want to do, whilst the chocolate's still melting, is sift our flour into a bowl, add a teaspoon of cinnamon and add our baking powder in, which is also a teaspoon. the cinnamon, it is optional, but it's Christmas, so whenever I'm making any Christmassy pudding, nutmeg or cinnamon is obligatory. So I'm just going to pop a teaspoon into here. We want to make sure that the water in the pan is never boiling and just give it the occasional mix, helping to combine everything and make sure it's all mixed in together. Okay, so our chocolate mix is done. It's all melted together and it's all lovely and smooth. So the very first thing we want to do now is add our Baileys. So with our Baileys, get a shot glass, just a normal shot glass, and we're going to do 3 helpings, so 3 shotfuls of Baileys into here. And then 1 for the chef. Oh, I love Baileys. It seems like quite a lot of Baileys, but it can take it really can. And you want to be able to feel it. It's Christmas Day. You want to be able to taste that Baileys coming all in and around this dessert. So get it all in there, get all 3 shotfuls in there, don't be shy. Now the Baileys is in the chocolate, we're just going to add our egg and sugar mix. Get it all in there, give it a good mix around. So give it a mix, about 30 seconds of a whisk, then we're going to add our flour mixture into there. So just get all the flour in there in one go, no need to do it slowly. Get it in there, and then we're just going to use a spoon and mix it around. And now is a good time to make sure your oven's preheated 180 degrees Celsius. And it's only just occurred to me, having a couple of ciders and a shot of Baileys, it can leave you feeling rather tipsy. So apologies for any mistakes that may occur during the rest of the filming. So the mix is looking lovely. Now it's time to get the moulds out of the fridge and we're going to start assembling our chocolate mixture into the moulds and popping them in the oven. So the important thing here, get a ladle, it makes your life easier, and then you want to fill up the mould 3/4 of the way full. No more, no less. 3/4. And if you spill a bit onto the sides, don't worry, just get a paper towel and dry the mixture off. You don't want to stay in there because that will cook and it can make it unbalanced when cooking in the oven. I'm like a kid. I'm looking at this mixture and I just can't help but think, I just want to try a bit. So I'm going to grab a teaspoon and just try a little bit of this. That tastes just like Christmas. That Baileys and that cinnamon, that's popping through that chocolate. This is so good. This is going to taste unbelievable. And now we just want to tidy up these moulds, just in and around the sides, and get any loose chocolatey bits cleaned up. Okay, they are done. They're going to be incredible. So we're just going to pop 2 onto a baking tray, into the preheated oven at 180 degrees, and it's going to take between 9 and 11 minutes. Now, what we are looking for is just for these to rise and have a slight crack on the top. Then we take them out of the oven, let them cool down for a minute, 2 minutes, and then we're just going to get them out, but I'll show you that bit in a bit. Okay, and now you have 10 more minutes to finish off the festivities. Alright, so our fondants are out of the oven. They're looking like that. So you want to give that about 1 to 2 minutes just to let it calm down so it's safer and more error proof when it comes to putting it on the plate. Okay, so now we want to take this out of the mould by using a nice palette knife, or you can use a teaspoon. Just glide it round the side of the fondant. And then you just want to pop it down there in the middle. Beautiful. And there we have a stunning chocolate fondant. And what you want to see when you put this spoon into that fondant is the chocolate running straight out the middle. Oh, look at that, eh? Absolutely stunning. It's coming straight through there. Have a good go on this. Wow. That's like eating Santa Claus. I mean, this is just Christmas in a chocolate domey bit of goodness. That's so good. I don't know how well you can see in the light, but you just really got all that running straight through the middle. And it tastes
unbelievable, Jeff!
Thank you so much for watching. Have a superb Christmas. Have the best one ever. Really, please do. And try this recipe because it's going to make your Christmas day even better. And I will see you next week for another video of Cooking with Jonny Burnett. Ta-da, see you later.